Hi, welcome to the Shelley Studio. Today I am doing a few more pages in my collection of curiosities. And I was reading something and it talked about angels and there was a quote from someone, and in it they mentioned that there's an angel in everyone. So I kind of wanted to put a ghostly like figure in my book. So I thought I would do a jelly print image transfer from a magazine. And I've not done very many of those, but I was really excited when I saw what came out. Now, I clean up the plate a bit because there are some blobs. Like, this is a really old gel plate, and it does have some uneven, like where air bubbles have been. I've tried putting a plain piece of paper on it and storing it with paper on it. I don't have an acrylic plate to put it on or a special spot where it can sit without anything on top of it, unless I put it back in its clamshell. So yeah, it's had a rough life. But I think it turned out okay. Like, I cleaned up a bit around the edges. I've got interesting leftover texture from other prints on there. And then I'm putting it on some paper so I can lift it and make sure it's in the right place in my book. And pretty sure she's dry at this point. I'm just trying to get it to the edge of that paper. There we go. So it's going to go on that red page, and I just want to line it up so that I'll get a good print. And then I am going to use Liquitex Matte Medium. So that's oh no, I don't. I think I changed my mind and I used quinacridone nickel azel gold, because why not? The page it's going on to is red, so I guess that's what I was thinking. I might as well use a color, and I'm going to press that down and let it, I burnish it really good with my Baron, and then I let it sit for a while, just to make sure that that's going to come off onto my page. And here we go. And there it is. I was really excited about how that turned out. I do have the butterfly page there, which I didn't film that one. So the butterflies were done during the gel printing process. I just added the quotes and emphasized around the edges of the butterflies so they'd stand out. Sorry, I'm cleaning off a paintbrush. Just want to darken some of the areas. Just add a little bit more of that nickel azel gold. Cover up some white spaces that I don't want to be white. Oh, and I think I kind of try to blend out her arm a little bit, so that it looks like it fades in rather than has that sharp line. So yeah, so she's supposed to be white to look like an angel, right? Like a ghost sort of figure. And then I add just a line that says, "There's a sleeping angel inside all of us," or everyone. Everyone. And to emphasize it, I just go around with my white Jelly Roll pen. Just to help it stand out a little bit. I kind of liked that thought. There's a sleeping angel inside everyone. Maybe some are not necessarily asleep. Okay, so my butterfly one is just a quote. It's a Native American tradition about butterflies carry wishes and prayers to the Great Spirit. One must first catch a butterfly without harming it and then whisper secrets to the butterfly. A wish is given to a butterfly is carried to the Great Spirit. I kind of liked that. So there's those 2 pages. Sorry, I can't remember the number. It'll be on the title. So I was trying to come up with something for the next 2 pages, and I ran across I think it's considered a tree of life. And so I just thought I would add it. It was interesting. I really don't know if these are magical, mystical, or mythology. But it's the Kabbalic tree of life. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's Qabalic. And if my using this offends anyone, I'm sorry. I don't know. But it has like the kingdom, foundation, victory, beauty, splendor, strength. I can't read my own handwriting on some of those. Wisdom, understanding, and the crown. There's one I can't read. I have bad handwriting. But each of the points in the tree of life have those different symbols. And so I just punched the circles out of some Thai handmade paper that I had dyed black for another project, and then ran them through the gold so they had gold around the edges. And then, yeah, I'm just doing the pattern. And it's kind of a repeating triangle pattern for this tree of life. It's another real simple, quick and simple page. My lines weren't too good right there. I didn't do any real measuring. It's more faux measuring. And I'm just drawing that with a white charcoal pencil. And then I'm going to paint the lines with the gold paint. And a brush that doesn't hold a lot of paint, so I have to keep going back. Trying to speed up this a little bit because it is kind of a longer video. I do did 4 pages, even though the butterfly one I don't really do, and this one is pretty quick. Still, 4 pages was a lot to put on there. So I hope everybody's well today. I know these were worked on. My goal was to get them done, get all the pages created by Halloween. The day I'm doing this voiceover is the 29th of October, and I know this isn't gonna show up on YouTube until mid-November. Because there were so many steps and stuff, and I really wanted to include it. And since I've been obsessed with this project, I might as well share it with you and use it for my content on my YouTube channel. So, yeah, this is probably gonna take most of November to show the creation of all the pages in this book. But it has been so much fun to create. I'm getting to the last pages. Like, I'm not done. Like, I've got 2 days to Halloween and I'm not done. And this always happens. I kind of run out of ideas. So I'm pushing it to find ideas. I'm not inspired by the Inktober prompts anymore. So I just have to come up with something. Anyways, I'm finding one of my fancy gel pens to write the different titles of the different spots on there. And that was a quick shot of it. Okay, so the next page, I wanted to do a mandala. I saw that prompt somewhere, and it's been a long time since I've done a mandala, so I wanted to give it a try. I have this really, really bad protractor. Is that what those are called? Protractors? That doesn't tighten up very well, but I'm using it to create a series of circles and cross segments for my mandala. And I'd seen one similar to this, so this was inspired by when I saw, if I knew who had created it, I would give them credit, but I don't know who created it. And hopefully it's all right that I use this idea. It's not exactly the same, but it is very similar. So I outlined that in black so that I knew where my circle ended. And the idea is to just make intersections that are the same size as the circumference. And my protractor doesn't stay where it's supposed to, so they're not perfect. But it'll work. We'll work it out. That's just giving me intersections so that I can get the shapes where I want them to be. And yeah, we're going to put an eye in the center of my mandala. Mandala. I really like drawing eyes. Like, I'm not perfect at eyes. I really like drawing them. I like drawing single eyes because I can never get 2 eyes to match properly. Like when I'm drawing a face, they're always lopsided. I say I do Picasso eyes. Because I think Picasso has a print or a painting that has like offset eyeballs. Sorry, my camera is swinging. I get eager, like when I turn it on, it's on a boom, and so when I turn it on, it jiggles for a minute, and I usually edit that out, and I think I've mentioned this before, but sometimes I just get too excited and I want to start creating, and see, there's the picture, and I don't want to wait for it to stop, and I really forget that it's up there swinging. And I just start going to town because I want to keep going. And usually, when I'm on one page or whatever, like drawing this mandala, I do it in one sitting. The reason I have to start and stop the camera is either I ran out of memory on my memory card or the battery died. Otherwise, I don't edit until after filming. So I don't usually stop it in between. I usually just keep going. And so I got my mandala drawn, and I wanted to get some of the colors done in watercolor, and then I plan on coloring the rest with colored pencil. That's the plan anyway. I like watercolor. I like paint because it's faster and more immediate than colored pencil. But colored pencil, I have a lot more control. And this is not watercolor paper. This is copy paper that has been coffee dyed. So that's why it's got weird prints in the background. Yeah, I'm just watching. I'm like, I have nothing to say. I wish I had some non-copyright infringing music to play in the background. I don't know. Some people are annoyed by music. Some people are annoyed by endless chatter. So, and most people don't like just complete silence. So, but if I get watching, like this is the first time I've watched this footage while I'm doing the voiceover. I thought I didn't have any footage on this, and I was ready to put the video together and discovered I had this footage. I'm like, wait, I can add this. I can add this to this particular video, since that is the pages I'm on. So that does make this one just a little extra long. This video is in super speed because this particular section is like really sped up. Just so that I could fit it in, and I didn't want it to be too long of a video. Oh, see, I even left in the blow drying, or the heat tool. Now I've pulled out my colored pencils, and I'm going in with, I believe that is indigo. And these are Prismacolor colored pencils. And some of them date, like I've had these pencils for a long time. They date back to the 80s. So I couldn't tell you how they compare to newer Prismacolor pencils because they are so old. I do know that indigo and black are my nemesis because they break so easily. And never drop your colored pencils because they break inside the pencil. And then when you're sharpening them, they fall apart. You can't get them sharp. There's no real rhyme or reason with what colors I'm choosing. I'm just choosing ones that I think sound good or feel good, make sense to me. And they kind of go with the page that this ends up getting stuck onto. And I'm trying to do what you're supposed to, where you don't go heavy to begin with and you slowly build up the different colors. So I am getting some shading. And I didn't even bother to remove the lines from my areas in this green area. Didn't even bother to erase them. I just go right over the top. After I get the color in, I have some, I think it's, you can hear me, I'm reaching for it, ox gall. I don't even know when I got this ox gall, because I would certainly not put out the money for it now. Maybe it was a clearance item. It says $12.99. But I put a little on a Q-tip and tested out and see if it blends the colors. So I couldn't remember. I know somebody had used something to blend the colors of their colored pencil, and I didn't remember if it was Oxgall or not, but I had it. So I'm like, I'm going to try it. And it does work a little bit. So this is kind of a plum burgundy mixture around the outside. And I'm doing red in between all those yellow lashes. I think I end up outlining some of the stuff with marker, with my Faber-Castell pen, because I felt like it needed to stand out a little bit more. But I am doing color shading on things. But yeah. Once I use the marker, and I have a big black area, so I'll be using the marker on that as well. There we go. See, now it's all gonna pop out. I know some people don't like using that word pop, but it's gonna pop. I think when you add some contrast, some really dramatic contrast, it changes the whole mood of everything. And yeah, trust me, that was not done at that speed. Oh yes, I take out my metallic watercolors because who doesn't love metallic? Little bling bling on those yellow, I don't know, we call them those lashes. Yeah, radiating objects. You know, I see that I put those dots on there, but I'm looking at the original, and you can't even see that on there now. Crazy. Oh, this is where I put the oxgall in and blend it. I kind of like how that looks. I mean, it's not perfect, but it did smooth things out a bit, and maybe that's what got rid of the pencil look. And then I'll get that added to that page, and that will be the last page for today. Which page did you like the best? Do you like my eye? I think it's cool. Or my ghost. Anyways, I hope you like this. I hope you're liking this series. If you haven't seen the other videos, a link to the playlist for my curiosity book will be in the description box below. And yeah, we're going to cut this out and it's going to go in the book. Here we are. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have an awesome day.